Radio.
It's a lot of drama, bro. Like, what the?
Stamped. We got the boy Campolero, the world famous Campolero.
G, salute Campolero in the building.
Convict. Man, Campolero's the most decorated Southsider on YouTube right now. John Diesel said that.
It's a lot of drama, bro. Like, what the fuck, you know?
Right, you know, homie with Campolero, homie Looney's gang.
Witnesses, this is the guy, the guy.
What's up, Mouse? I see you, my boy.
San Fernando.
Hi, I just want to say hi to Campolero. That's my man. I love you, baby.
Good woman. She's a good woman.
Hello, Dad.
Radio. Tonight is definitely a late night West YouTube family and everybody watching. What's cracking with y'all? I think this week I'm gonna call this cellie week. All right, or cell week. Good cellie, bad cellie, whatever cellie week. You know what I mean? Tell you a couple cellie stories. I don't know, good ones, bad ones. You know, I've had a handful. You know what I mean? All in all, I basically have had pretty much all my cellies have been pretty cool. You know what I mean? I haven't had any cellies at the time fuck up or, you know, become in bad standing, as they say, or whatever. You know what I mean? Not while I was together. I've never had to take off on a cellie or hit a cellie. Almost one time. That was dumbass, almost Humpy from Delhi. I've told that story already. I'm not saying he was messing up, man, but yeah, he got saved. But all in all, like I've had some pretty good cellies. I don't know where they stand today, but at the time, anyways, fuck. You know, it's just, it was so long ago, but what it is, right? Shit. Man, I remember me and Cisco from the Loonies. That's my boy there, Cisco from the Loonies. Me and the homie, we were cellies back in 1968, back in San Quentin, in Quinmas, 1968, or was it 50? It might have been 58, 68, one of those years. Me and Cisco from the Loonies, yo, real talk. Yeah, it was different back then. They didn't even have Southsiders, all they had was Siders. So if you were a Sider, that means you were with it. So you could be a Sider or no Sider, but you had to pick your Sider, you know what I mean? What Sider you want to be on. And so me and Cisco from the Loonies, we were both Siders. Yeah, we were. But when you work your way through, like, if you parole, you become an apple cider. You know what I mean? For real. Apple cider. Sometimes in jail, the paisas, they call them the paisiders. I don't know. I'm fucking tired. I work late. Oh my God. It's been a long day. I don't know. Sometimes I can be really stupid. I'm a West Sider. Ay. Anyways. Y'all know I was just kidding, right? I'm just saying. Shout out to Siski. I told you I was fucking tired. Shout out to Cisco from the Loonies gang. Haters World. Dreamer. Blue Devil. And all you solid ass, good ass motherfuckers. Man, shout out to you guys and everybody. But anyways, back to the story. Okay, let me just put something together just for you, for those of you who can't figure it out. Deep game. I was not in San Quentin in 1968 or 58. I wasn't even born yet. So go do the math on that one. My apologies. I do that. You guys know, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've got a couple of stories. I'll just go on a good one and on the story, just be funny. Hey, I got one for you. So trip on this. I'm gonna put the cellie story on hold for a second. The cellies, and I was just thinking about a story that my grandfather had told me when I was young. You know what I mean? And it's an important story. You know what I mean? It's got a, in the end, it's got a lot of meaning. You know what I mean? It kind of changed my life. So basically, when I was younger, like, I was going through, I was having a lot of problems at school and all that stuff, and getting into all kinds of shit, you know? And like, everybody's telling me, like, get into wrestling. And I was like, I don't want to do wrestling because, I mean, wrestling is cool, I guess, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know, they wear them little outfits and shit, you know what I mean? Like, they were in like, not bikinis, but food shit. What do they call it? They're wearing, what are those? Those damn onesies that they wear or whatever. That fucking crazy ass shit. Anyway, trip on this. Ooh, what the fuck is that in the street? Oh, it's a tire. God damn it, to hell. So, I don't know, I was just going through some shit. And my grandfather, he told me, he said, hey man, he tried to like motivate me in life and share a motivational story about him that well, just listen to this. So he tells me, he's like, man, you need to get into it, man. Back when I was wrestling, I became the like CIF world champion or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? I don't know what level, but he was like a top wrestler and shit. He said he beat everybody, and he's got one match in particular that like stood out, and he said you gotta stick right. He listened to the story. So he said he was like in Hawaii or something, right? And there was this big old, like, I don't know what he was, some Hawaiian, Samoan, something or another, islander type, and was just like smashing everybody, right? Just fucking people up, and all you hear is like just the crowd just going, ah, you know what I mean, like the sobs or whatever the fuck it's called, just, you know. Well, when it came to my grandfather, he's like, hey, fucking, like, I don't know, coach. I'm not confident. And the coach is like, he was like trying to pump him up. He's like, nah, you can do this. You know, this is important. And you're all we have left. You're the only chance. This dude has been crushed our whole team. You're the only one left. We're depending on you. And he told me what he's going through is just too much, like too much pressure, right? So he's just like, went in, he was kind of hesitant, but like, be confident. So he went in there and started, you know, doing the wrestling thing. I'm giving you the short version. And all of a sudden, that fool got a hold of my grandfather, right? And fucking just fucking him up. Twisted how my grandfather twisted up like a pretzel, they said. Had him like a pretzel, like literally, like, you know what I mean? And I already had him like a pretzel. He didn't stand a chance in the world, right? And so the coach was like, fuck. And he grabbed his paper and his pen, he threw it in the air, and he walked away. And when we went to walk away, you hear this loud ass scream, like, ah, like that, right? Loud ass scream. And then the whole crowd just started cheering. Ah! And so what the fuck? The coach turns around and he looks at my grandfather was like, had that dude pinned. And my grandfather won. He took the victory and shit. Everybody was like just losing their mind and shit. So the coach they went up and everybody's like hugging him and shit. And the coach right up to my grandfather, he said, "Hey, what the fuck? How'd you do it? How did you like beat him? Like when I saw you already beat, like he had you twisted like a pretzel and shit. Like how'd you get out of that and win?" And my grandfather, he said, "This is important." And he said, he looked at him in the eyes and he said, "You know what?" And I knew, when I knew I was beat, I knew. And he goes, I looked up and I seen a pair of balls. You know, balls? You know, like, you know, your nuts? Nutsack? Because I seen a pair of nuts right there in my face. And I said, fuck it. And I just bit those motherfuckers. And next thing you know, I won. And the coach goes, whoa. He goes, well, I guess you got to do what you got to do sometimes to win, right? My grandfather goes, yeah. It's amazing how much strength you get when you bite your own balls. Get it? Bit his own balls. He's twisted there, he bit his own balls. It's amazing how much strength you get when you bite your own balls. Oh my fucking God. Ay. But, okay. That was a joke that my grandfather had me going with a long time ago. I don't know why I just told that. But fuck it, since I'm on joke status. Alright, now this is part is not a joke. This is bullshit, no bullshit. I was going to anger management, right? Real life. I was going to anger management. And because I had a fight when I was down in, when was this? A long time ago, whatever. I was down at the Cabo Cantina down in Venice off of Washington, and it's by like the beach, right? And I got into a fight out there, a street fight, and beat the fuck out of someone. And it's one of my videos, you know, but without telling the whole story, because it wasn't about that. I get arrested, and they're gonna give me my third strike, but they dropped it from a felony assault with a deadly weapon, whatever the hell, to a misdemeanor battery. And so while I'm fighting that one, right, I ended up catching another battery in Victorville, and so I had them both going at the same time. Long story short, one of the conditions, because I took a deal with both of them, and one of the things was anger management. So when I was going to anger management, right, it was all right. Actually, it was a waste of time, to tell you the truth. It was a fucking waste of time, but whatever. The only reason I enjoyed going, because there's this one cat that used to go. He was blind, right? Dude was dope as fuck. He'd come in with his wife and shit, because obviously he's blind, and so she'd like walk him in. But he was cool as fuck, man. I don't remember his name though. I wish I did. Good ass dude. Well, and he'd always get like real happy when he'd be like, he'd tell his wife, tell us whatever her name was. He'd say, hey, is Anthony here? And she go, and I go, yeah. And I'd answer, man, I'll stand right next to you. And he'd be like, amen. You know what I mean? Because he was always happy when I showed up. You know what I mean? So I used to make him laugh. But he made me laugh. He was cool as fuck. Anyway, trip on this shit. So he tells me, well, first let me tell you what he's there for. So this cat, he was and he's really like super like Christian, right? Goes to church. Him and his wife, they're a part of the church. Like they actually they would pick people up and, you know, drop out. They're just a part of the church. They don't just go, you know. That was a big piece of his life. And the reason why I'm blind, a blind man was going to anger management. Trip on this. This cat, he hold on one second, excuse me. Hey, this ain't a joke. This is a true story. This part is a true story. This cat, they were downtown LA or somewhere. I don't know where they're at. Don't quote me on where, it doesn't matter. They were somewhere. And there was some dude walked by, and he like bumped this guy's the one I'm talking about, the blind man, his lady, right? Bumped her, bow. And to the point where she made a noise, like, whatever noise she made. like it actually, like, he bumped her hard. And then he didn't even say, excuse me, apologize, nothing. He just kept on walking like whatever. And then, so we'll call him my buddy. So my buddy's like, he said, you know, he's not really my, you know, I just knew him from Anger Man, but he was cool as fuck. So I guess he was like, what happened, you know? And she said, oh, no, this asshole just slammed, bumped into me, didn't even apologize or nothing. He's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And he said, he said, where is he? He goes, hey! He still started like yelling at the air because he can't see. Hey! Like that. And she's like, just don't worry about it, don't worry about it. He's like, nah, fuck that. Hey! And then she's like, he's already leaving. Hey! And I guess the dude stopped. And he turned around and he said, you talking to me? And then I guess his wife's like, no, just keep going, don't worry about it. And then he's like, nah. And he looks at her and goes, is he coming back? I mean, did I get his attention? She goes, yeah. And he goes, what's she doing? I mean, what's he doing? And she said, well, he's heading back this way. He goes, all right. She's like, just let it go. He's like, nah. I guess dude came up to him and was like in his face. And he's like, what's the matter? And didn't realize, I guess he didn't realize he was blind at first. But then she was like, man, he's blind and all that shit. And then he's like, fuck, you know what I mean? But the dude's mad. He goes, you need to apologize to my lady. He's like, I ain't apologizing to shit. What the fuck you gonna do about it, blind man? I swear to God, I'm not telling a lie. I mean, I swear to God, I'm telling the truth, for real. And so I got in the words, but he's blind, 100% blind. And he's like, well, you got a problem, whatever? He's like, come on, you're a blind man. I ain't gonna fucking whatever fight with you, whatever. Why don't you just quit with your head? And the blind man said, he told him, that dude I knew, he said, hey, he said, where you at right now? Well, how far you think you are in front of me right now? He's like, I don't know, about a foot or something like that. As soon as he said that, he just based it on the sound of his voice, like kind of where he was at. And that dude and the blind dude cracks his fool. Boom! He just, I don't know if he dropped him, but he definitely fucking made his point, right? I don't know if the dude tried to fight back or not, but I guess the blind man just rung his bell. He just blink. And someone called, the police were called, it was on video, you know, all that bullshit. The cops came and shit, and they're like, because he had like 1 year in anger management, like a year, I swear. And me, I only had like, I don't remember how long I had to do, like 6 weeks or something. Anyways, yeah, like a year. Well, the cops show up and they told him what happened, and they arrest my buddy, man, the blind guy. They arrest him. I swear to God, what kind of bullshit is that? That's our world today. They arrest a blind man for punching the other dude, right? So he gets arrested, he gets bailed. I mean, obviously he goes to jail and then they let him out right away, you know? But then he appears in court. And when he appears in court, the judge asked him how he felt about it. He goes, I feel great, man. He goes, I'd do it again if I had a chance. You know what I mean? Like, this guy was an asshole, you know? And the judge is like, that's not the way. You know what? I'm gonna give you anger management, like X amount of time, like 6 weeks, whatever. And he goes, oh, that's great. That's great. You're gonna give a blind man 6 weeks or whatever anger management for against someone who can see, like, that this world is. But he said something sarcastic, right? And the judge was like, it's fucking road. And the judge was like, took it offensively, right? And he's all, oh, you got a problem? You got an attitude, Mr. So-and-so? And he's like, no, I don't. He goes, I'm just saying it's kind of funny, you know, whatever. And so the judge said, okay, then you know what? How do you like this? I'm going to give you 3 months anger management. Yeah, how do you like that? And the blind dude, like told you, he's like super Christian, religious, whatever. And he's not gonna say, you're not gonna get him mad like that, you know. And he just looked at he didn't look at the judge, but he told the judge, he said, "Amen. God bless you. Amen." Like that. And And the judge didn't like that. And he goes, you know what? What was that? You know what? 6 months anger management. And he said it again. God bless you. Like that. The judge was so offended for some reason by that. He ended up giving him 1 year. I swear to God, 1 year anger management. You see that shit? That's crazy, right? And true story. So that's why he was there. Well, while we were there, I got the pleasure of like hanging out with him and getting to know him. He's good people. And this is I'm gonna cut it short, but he had told me a funny joke. And so I'm gonna share it with you guys, right? And that's it, then I'm out. So it's Friday. But what happens was he told me, he said, there's this couple, right? Husband and wife. And the wife was dying. She only had like, I don't know, like hours to live or something. You know, she's literally, they already read her last rites or whatever. And she told her husband while she's dying, she said, hey, like baby or whatever she called him, baby, I don't know who cares. She's told him, I need to confess something to you before I die. I want to know, can I confess something to you? And if you'll forgive me. And he's like, all right, well, go ahead. She's thank you. She said, you remember that time when there was money missing from our business? Because I guess we had a business together. From our business, money was missing. He goes, yeah. She goes, it wasn't lost or missing. She goes, it was me. She goes, I stole it. I took it. I took that money. And will you forgive me? He's like, oh yeah, that's his money. What's money? He's like, fuck it, whatever. And she's like, thank you. And she goes, but there's more. He's like, more? He goes, yeah. Remember that time? Remember around that time, I ended up taking a trip. I went on vacation. I told you it was a business trip and all that. And he's like, yeah. She said, well, I lied. It wasn't. I went on vacation with the money that I took from the business. I went on vacation and I was with another man. And he's like, oh, damn. And then she's like, can you forgive me? He said, yeah, I can forgive you. She's like, oh, dang. She's one more thing. He's like, more? And she goes, well, I just want her last thing. He goes, what is it? And she said, it was your friend. It was your best friend. That's who I had an affair with. Your best friend. Will you forgive me? Can you forgive me? And she, mind you, she was literally on her deathbed. She had like an hour or so to live. And give or take. And she said, will you forgive me? And he said, it's a hard one, but yeah, I forgive you. She goes, you mean it? He goes, yeah, I mean it. I forgive you. She's like, oh my God, thank you so much. She's like, you just made like my last minutes here or whatever, just everything okay. I'm at peace now. Thank you. I mean, I can't believe it. She really, you forgive me? He goes, yeah, I forgive you. She's like, I love you so much. And then he said to her, well, I have something to confess too. Can I confess something to you? And so you can forgive me? And she goes, oh yes, anything at all. I said, okay. I'm the one that poisoned you. Oh, I love that joke. The blind, the damn religious Christian, Catholic, whatever, blind man told me that joke. But he said it like way better, you know what I mean? But dude's like, I'm the one that poisoned you. I was like, that shit's fucking hysterical. Oh my God. Ay. Anyways, happy Friday, everybody. I'm going to cut this one short. You know what? I apologize. I know sometimes I can be all over the place. I was talking about my cellies, but that'll be the next one. All right, cool. Maybe it'll be like I said, cell week or something. Something like that, Sally Week, I don't know. But that's, I want to just kick one out for today. I'm trying to stay in the algorithm. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 subscribers. Like and subscribe if you're watching it for the first time. With that, I'm out. Radio. Tonight is definitely a late night. Dale gas.